Christina's World, an artwork made by Andrew Wyeth in 1948. It is currently located at the fifth floor of the MoMA Museum. This artwork was made using tempera on panel. Born on July 12, 1917, in Chadsford, Pennsylvania, Wyeth's father, N.C. Wyeth, was a well-known illustrator who had studied under Howard Ply, and who started in 1932, served as his son's only teacher. Andrew Wyeth is an American watercolorist. He is known primarily for his realistic depictions of the buildings, fields, hills, and people of his private world. Andrew Wyeth's solo debut was in 1932 at the Art Alliance of Philadelphia. His first important show in New York was in 1937. The show was a great success as every painting present was sold. His artworks focuses almost entirely on two locations: the Brandywine Valley around Chadsford, Pennsylvania, and the area near his summer home in Cushing, Maine. He was also the first painter to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Some of Andrew Wyeth's early works included the watercolors in 1937. It was a collection of multiple different artworks, and it was also the first one-man exhibits which sold all the artworks present. Another one of Andrew Wyeth's earlier works was Winter in 1946. This artwork shows a more modernized art style which he later on would adapt for future artworks. It was made shortly after the death of his father, and he stated that the boy in the painting represented him as he felt lost after losing his father. Now we move on to Andrew Wyeth's most famous and popular work, Christina's World, which was made in 1948. The artwork is set in the stark landscape of coastal Maine. The artwork depicts a woman in a pink dress lying on the grass field. Her silhouette is shown as tense, almost frozen, making it seem as if she was bound to the ground, despite her posture showing that she is attempting to lift herself up. The painting was inspired by Andrew Wyeth's neighbor, Anna Christina Olsen. Real-life Christina developed a degenerative muscle condition. She refused to use a wheelchair, preferring to crawl, as shown in the painting. Wyeth stated that the challenge for him to making this painting was to do her justice, as he wanted to properly depict the extraordinary conquest of life in which most people will consider hopeless, yet she refused to do so. I believe that Andrew Wyeth was able to successfully depict such an emotion and feel as we've seen in here. The sense of hopelessness constantly looms over the painting, primarily due to the color scheme, but also from the visual standpoint, as we see that this Christina is on the floor watching from a distance where the house is, where her so-called destination is located. Yet she's unable to walk towards it and instead opting to only crawl